have one and now I'm like hooked. It's so cool. Especially after I learned that different colors. Like, what color is it now? It might be. Different colors determines when the leaves lost their phosphorus. Stuff like that. Also,
The white line is the finish.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. They moved it. Maybe
Move
it's
over
one of
there?
these. It's one of these white lines.
alright, bro.
Okay. Looks like it's that one. So there's two finish lines? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So there's two finish lines?
No, this race is that one, but then they're gonna move it here.
So do you want to move the tent down that way
No,
some?
not right now. No, they're gonna be moving back down. Actually, you mean to get them right here? No, this is a better shot.
Okay.
Okay, now, okay, you're on. Here they are. So, you can,
Try to level this up a bit.
yeah,
Okay.
just do. Oh, the wind was trying to get ready to pull it up. Okay. Let me get you.
Let's see anymore. Let's go like this. What you got, Jim?
No sun on the right. That's not it.
I don't think it's from here. I don't. Well, sun manual. Are these supposed to out? Okay.
That's the way it is.
I can crank them up some if you want. They're pretty low.
I don't know what am I missing here. Just want to put them in auto. It's not doing it.
You put them in auto and it wasn't doing it.
Right.
Well, there's not much going on. Yeah, it's a lot higher.
All right, let's see if that makes
There just isn't much there to work with. I mean, it's picking me up just fine.
Are you filming for the score or just the camera?
No, I'm filming for sports.
Oh, okay. Is that like oh, okay. Is it on public TV?
Yes.
When is it coming?
You have to talk. I'm running live right now.
Anyway, really, if you don't mind. More than that.
That's no memorize it.
Do the thing too.
Very pretty.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to Ferndale Park for the cross-country meet here today. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. We're here for Oregon Sports Beat, and this is kind of a unique event that we've got going here today. It's a cross-country meet, and it's kind of a combined meet. On one hand, we have three teams from the PIL, Franklin, Lincoln, and Roosevelt. They'll be competing against each other. On the other hand, we have two teams from the Mount Hood Conference, Central Catholic and Clackamas. They'll be competing against each other, although all the teams will be out on the course at the same time. In addition to that, two other teams are here, and they're just competing for the practice of it. Catlin Gable is here, and Portland Christian is here. So we have four events today: boys junior varsity, girls junior varsity, then boys varsity and girls varsity. Right now, the girls junior varsity are out on the course. So they just started. The gun went off just 10 seconds ago. So we're underway. We've got a couple of cameras on the course, one at the start line, which we just got those pictures from the start, and one at the finish line. Deshaun is with us on camera at the start. Alva's with us on the camera at the finish. I'm Dave Hall. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to bring you this cross-country meet. It's at Ferndale Park, and it's also in the rain. So, fortunately, we're under a tent. Our producer, Ryan Johnson, just got a brand new tent, set it up here, and we are dry. I'm here in the tent with our producer, Ryan Johnson, our director, Jim Thompson. Okay, the girls are coming. You can see them there. They just started. They went out, made a loop. They're going to come back, go around the outside of the track, and then make a loop down on the end and come back, and we'll get them as they finish. We'll try to set some of the teams for you. In the red uniforms, that is Lincoln. You can see some of their runners out there now. In the black uniforms, that is Clackamas. Central Catholic is in their maroon, or I'm sorry, in their cardinal and gold. Let's see. In their maroon, that's who I was thinking of. And who's in the yellows out there in the front? Oh, okay. Gold. The cardinal and gold, that's Central Catholic. You can see their runners up towards the front. We've got a lot of fans here at Ferndale Park. We're going to let you watch some of the action. And when we get close to the finish, we'll go to the camera at the finish. We've got the numbers of all the runners, and hopefully we'll be able to get the numbers as they finish. We'll also, the U.S. Timing Association is here, and they are timing the event, and they will print out results, and we'll try to get those to you and get the winners in each event. So thanks for joining us here today. What's that? What did I say? It's Fern Hill Park. 37th. Aptly named.
That's an accurate
Okay. As Jim said, that's kind of an accurate picture of what it looks like here. Again, this is the first official race. This is the girls junior varsity, boys junior varsity after this, then girls varsity and boys varsity. Thanks for joining us here on Oregon Sports Beat. We are your high school sports leader, bringing you all kinds of sports action. Football games on Friday nights. Last week we brought you a couple of soccer games. Those runners you can see on the screen now, those are people warming up for later races. I don't think they let you run in rain parkas. most teams are out here and they have a tent. And we're just looking around now. I can see the Franklin tent in front of us. The Clackamas tent is right behind us. Franklin tent off to the side. The Clackamas boys team headed over. All right, there you can see some of the runners coming back. The runners finish on the track. The track is right off in front of us. They make a lap around the track and then finish down at the end. And they have white lanes marked for the finish.
Had to do a little MacGyver.
In case you're wondering who those people are, that our cameraman Deshaun is out by the start line, and he has a following of his own. You know, I guess people see him out there and he's the camera guy and they stop and they want to go know what's going on. What's he doing? So they talk to him. Let's see, Ryan, if I'm trying to figure this out. This is north, and that is south. Okay. The runners start down here by the north end of Fern Hill Park, and they came and they ran a loop out to the north, and then came back and went around the track, and now they're running a loop off to the south of the park, and they'll come back then to the south end of the park and make a lap around the track and finish. And we're waiting for them to come back. Okay, let's see if we can get any numbers. We've got the roster with... Okay. Yeah, see, they're making a loop. They came back on the north end of the field, and they're making a loop now back down into the little valley down at the end of the field. Deshaun's probably got some pictures down there, and then they'll come back up on the track to the finish line. So, okay. These are the runners coming back into the park. We're not close enough to get any numbers right now, but shortly we will be. Again, if you didn't hear our explanation at the beginning, there are actually 7 teams here for this cross-country event. 2 of the teams are from the Mount Hood Conference.
What's that? No.
That's Central Catholic and Clackamas, and they will be scored against each other, not against any of the other teams. Then there's 3 teams here from the PIL. That's Lincoln, Franklin, and Roosevelt, and they'll be scored against each other, not against all the rest of the teams. So really there's 2 events going on, a Mount Hood Conference dual meet and then a PIL 3-team meet, and then there are 2 other teams that are competing here just running against these teams. One of those teams is Catlin Gable and the other team is Portland Christian. So although you see all these teams out on the course together, there's really a couple of separate things going on. As I said, a PIL 3-way meet and then a Mount Hood Conference dual meet. These are scoring events in league action. So if you see somebody finish first and then another runner finish maybe 5th or 6th, that might actually be the 2nd place finisher with regards to the specific teams that are competing against each other. You can see some of the end runners also. You can see it's raining pretty hard now. Well, this is one of the drawbacks of running cross country. You got to run whatever it is. We'll see when we come back here, but I think somebody was leading the runners to make sure that they followed the course. When I saw this race, which started before we came on the air, I think there was a bicyclist actually leading the runners. So as they come back this way, we'll see if we can pick that up or not. Which, oh, yeah. That's an umbrella. Yeah, look how big that is. Now you can see it's raining really hard. All right, there's some runners. Are these runners coming back on the outside out here? Are these our leaders? Okay. Yep, I think those are the leaders. As we can see, there's other runners starting to come down the hill. Well, let's see if they're coming back here on the track. There are actually other people here. There's actually some people running on the track, just who are not part of the cross-country meet. We try to distinguish those from other people. And we'll see if we can pick up where those runners are. They were down at the north end of the track. Okay. And they're going back out on the loop again. All right. As you can see with the shot there, those are runners that are coming back from the south end that headed down to the north end to make another loop. They made an earlier loop. The first three runners we saw, though, looked like they had a pretty good lead. Right. They appeared to be the leaders. Exactly. We could have walked the course to see where it is in the beginning, but I get tired driving that far. I'm Dave Hall for Oregon Sports Beat. I'm in the tent here with our producer, Ryan Johnson, and our director, Jim Thompson. Out on the cameras, Alva and Deshawn. And with the runners headed out onto the loop again to the north, we probably won't see them again for just a little while. Looks like the rain has eased up just a bit. All right. Some more runners from the south. That's Alva's camera that's pointed down there. He's also at the finish line, so he's looking south, and these are runners that are probably well behind the leaders. So, Jim, the camera people hear me? No, they don't hear me? Okay. So far, none of our leaders have come back into view. They were making the loop to the north. Okay. When I first noticed the runners to the south, there were 3 of them, and those looked like the runners. Oh. Okay. You can see our camera has got them. Oh. Oh, there I go. I see it now. Oh, okay. Let's see if they're headed out onto the track, if this is the final leg. This is actually the first time we've seen them run this layout. So actually, as we get a couple of races done here, probably the JV races will be better positioned to know where these runners are headed. All right, see, I mentioned earlier, if you can see, the bicyclist across the way is actually leading the runners. And I believe that's the leader right there. We'll have to make sure, but... Okay. Right. That's our director, Jim Thompson, talking. And here comes the bicyclist, and he's actually leading the runners. And we're coming down, it looks like we're coming down the home stretch. Let's see if we get that number. Can you make out the number on the girl here? Okay. Okay, can you see that number? 459. Okay. You can see there's our leaders, they're coming in. Franklin, there's the Clackamas runner. Okay, I think that's our winner, our leader. We'll make sure when we get the timing from the U.S. Timing Association, but let's see if I can find, what's the number, 4, 5? Here we got more finishers coming up. Okay, one more page and I'll have those.
Is this only a Lincoln race? No.
Okay, here we go. I think it was 459, and 459 would be Jane Leahy, and she is a runner for Central Catholic. I'm sorry, for Lincoln. Okay. That was our leader.
Their number, and then get the rest of the finishers. The first 6 or 7 going to back out.
All right, here comes some more of the finishers. You can see those red uniforms, those are Lincoln. There's a couple of Clackamas runners. Remember, this is girls JV.
Good, yeah, so get them all finishing. There's a whole bunch of them coming in now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, runners coming in. And we have other runners entering the track to the south. There's a couple of runners sprinting to the finish. Nice finish. So we'll get the official timing printouts and stuff, but I believe that the winner was Jane Leahy from Lincoln. What? Oh. I see our producer, Ryan Johnson, coming back. I believe he went over to the timing tent. Did you get the number? Is it 459? Yeah, we think that's who won. And if it is, that is Jane Leahy from Lincoln, who would be the winner of the girls' JV. Good job by our cameraman, Alva Myers, over there to get them as they came down. They have a little row of white stands down there, and the girls run through that to get their get their position. But as you can see, most of the runners finishing now. I think I see one more runner that just entered the track, but if that sounds like applause in the background, that's really the rain hitting our tent. Doesn't it sound like applause? Exactly. Hey, if I'm a high school sports person, I'll take any applause I can get. Whoops, one of the runners fell. I don't know if you can see that. It's a runner from Clackamas. Is that? Yeah, there we go. I think you're right. The track is wet, and that runner fell just maybe 100 yards from the finish. Oh, there is chalk there. That may be. You're right. Okay, we still have a couple of runners that are coming out onto the track. Next up will be the boys JV. We'll wait till all the runners are in and finished, and then the timing group will get those results and get the times, and we'll confirm that on who won the race. My list shows that there are actually 362 runners here today amongst 7 schools. All right, now I got a clear indication of what the Central Catholic uniforms are, with the cardinal and the gold and the black. Thanks for joining us here at Fernhill Park. We'll take you through the 4 events that are scheduled today. Girls JV, next up boys JV, then girls varsity and boys varsity. And now we kind of got an idea of where the course actually is, so we can do a better job of keeping where the runners are going and coming from. I think there's still 1 runner out on the course coming now. Yep. And there's the runner there on our camera. We see her. Still running and getting encouragement from the guys on the track. A couple of coaches out there clapping for her. Let's see, you make out the number there? It looks like 309 is that runner right there. And about to finish. There's the finish line. 309, that runner is Alexis Dennis from Clackamas. Do we still have a runner out in the course, Jim? Ah. I don't know if you saw that, Ryan. Is that normal? There was a bicyclist who was leading all of the runners. I hadn't seen that before, but I kind of got the feeling he was riding ahead of them to show them the course. Right, the cross-country runners have run a couple of loops to the north, a couple of loops to the south, and 1 loop to the northwest, so I think the bicyclist was leading them. Ah, there we go. I think that's what the runner tripped on or slipped on, was the chalk marks out on the track. We've got runners now. We're headed over to the start line. That'll be the boys JV. Franklin runners in the black and maroon right in front of us. And Roosevelt runners in all black. Lincoln runners in red and white. Okay, they just made the announcement for the boys runners to come together. So we're getting the uniforms sorted out too. Oh, that's the runner who fell is in front of us. Maybe Deshawn will be able to get a shot of her number. Okay, there she is in the middle of our picture with a bicyclist behind her. She was looking, I think she was looking for ice. As she came over, they said we were looking for ice. That's the runner who fell, Ryan, over there, and she was looking for ice as she came by here. Okay, we've had the first call for the JV, boys JV. The teams are headed over here. No. That is Clackamas. She was? I thought she was from Roosevelt. Roosevelt's in all black. Yeah, Roosevelt's in all black. Clackamas is in all black. So we have to look at the emblems on the front to see who they actually are. Clackamas boys, that's their JV, headed over to the start line. Okay, I don't know if we can see in the picture of it, there's the bicyclist right there who's leading the runners over by the start line. Yep. There again, in the corner of our shot, in the left-hand corner of our shot, you can see the bicyclist. He has a yellow jersey on, and he's the one that's actually leading the runners. He is. He's the rabbit. Okay, 80 more minutes if you got on the batteries will mean will take us close to 6:30. We'll be done by then. Ryan, are you going to go over and get the results from the timers? That should give us the order of finish and should give us the time for them. Okay.
Yeah, this here. Cool. That's what I figured. So how's it working? Making any sense? It's looking real good. It's really showing the audience what I'm used to. Well, it is.
All right, some of the girls that finished the JV race are also, they're having their post-race meetings. But right now, most of the boys' teams are accumulating over by the start line. We'll have the start of the JV. I think a few minutes ago, the starter had given the initial call, and he said 15 minutes to start time, and we've used about half of that. Again, we're at Fernhill Park. This is a combined cross-country event. Two teams from the Mount Hood Conference, Central Catholic and Clackamas, are competing against each other 3 teams from the PIL, Lincoln, Franklin, and Roosevelt, competing against each other. Those teams are not competing against the other league teams. And then 2 teams who are just here competing. Their results don't count in either one of those league meets, but that's Catlin Gable and Portland Christian. Now we get a lot of the boys headed over. Lincoln in front of us. Okay. Okay. If you hear the other voices here, I'm in a tent pretty close to the start line. Our producer, Ryan Johnson's here with us, our director, Jim Thompson. And now a lot of the boys are congregating, getting ready for the junior varsity boys to start. We sent Ryan over to get the results of the JV, girls JV event. There's the starter just said, I believe he said 5 more minutes and we'll have to start. I'm sorry, 10 minutes, he said. 10 minutes for the start of the JV boys. Our cameraman, Deshaun, is under a tent over there right by the start line, so we've got him out of the rain. There you can see some of the teams that are getting ready for the start. That's the Lincoln JV boys right there. And now we'll swing over. That is the Clackamas boys right there. Nice shots there by Deshaun to get those. There was a white chalk line over there, but there's not now. Ah, okay. There was actually, before the JV events, there was what they called the novice group, and
this girl is one of the best runners in the state right here. She ran in the novice race.
oh, do we know why?
We don't know why.
Other than maybe just practice.
Girls or boys?
Did you run in it? And how'd you do? We're just talking to a couple of Central Catholic runners who ran in the novice race. Oh. All right, let's see. I'm looking here. We have the some of the novice. We got the results. These are the results from the mixed 3K run and the novice. They ran together. There's the start. I'm sorry, that is not the start. That is, I believe, just some teams warming up. Yeah, that's just teams warming up. The mixed 3K run, that was the novice race, and it was mixed. Here's the results that we have. The results for the women. First was Samantha Slusher from Catlin Gable. Second was Carolyn Cook from Catlin Gable. Third was Hannah Fisher from Catlin Gable. Fourth was Stella Ye from Roosevelt. Fifth was Natalie Dotson from Catlin Gable. Sixth was Tess Kehoe from Central Catholic. 7th, Elizabeth Ralphie from Catlin Gable. 8th, Molly Rawling from Central Catholic. 9th, Emily Ryan from Central Catholic. And 10th, Emily Livingston from Catlin Gable. The winning time was 13 minutes, 11 seconds, and that's a 3K run. So that's the results for the women in the novice race. Let's see if we got the men. No, we don't have the actual men's results, but we do have the women, and that was the results. Oh, we do have the JV girls results. Ah, okay. Okay, let's take a look at these. These are the JV results. The girls, that was a 5K run for the girls. And here's the junior varsity results. Okay. We thought the winner was 4:09. It was actually 4:58, and that was Stephanie Lair of Lincoln. Her time was 21 minutes 45 seconds. Second was Parker Denton from Lincoln. Her time was 21:53. Third was Caitlin Oth from Lincoln. Her time was 21:58. Fourth was Julia Patridge of Lincoln. Her time was 22:50. Let's see. And sixth, Chelsea Goldsmith from Lincoln. Her time was 23 minutes flat. Seventh was Ella Williamson from Lincoln. Her time 23:01. Eighth was Haley Pavetto from Lincoln. Her time was 23:10. Ninth, Kaylee Yashigi from Clackamas. Her time was 23:17. And 10th was Joanna Donnelly from Lincoln. Her time 23:19. So those are the top 10 finishers in the girls 5K run. Let me give you the team results. In the Mount Hood Conference, Central Catholic versus Clackamas. Central Catholic total time 1 hour, 59 minutes and 38 seconds. Clackamas second, their time 2 hours, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, you're looking at the start of the boys JV. I'll get back to those results in just a second. This is the start of the boys JV. This is a 5K run for the JV. There's the gun, you heard it. And there's all the runners off, a lot of runners.
Okay, cool.
And the runners are away. I'll go back to those results again. The team results I'm giving you now for the girls JV. The winner of that was Central Catholic in a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes and 38 seconds. That's an average of 23:55 per runner. Second was Clackamas, a total time of 2 hours, 2 minutes and 11 seconds, and that's an average time of 24 minutes and 26 seconds.
Catch them when they're crossing the line,
All right.
obviously.
In the PIL action, Lincoln, with a time of 1 hour, 51 minutes and 26 seconds. That's an average time of 22 minutes and 17 seconds per runner. Franklin was second in a time of 2 hours and 3 minutes and 38 seconds. That's an average time of 24:43. In the meet, the PIL I mentioned earlier was 3 teams: Franklin, Lincoln, and Roosevelt, and that's competition head-on between each 2 teams. So the Franklin-Lincoln contest was won by Lincoln. The Franklin-Roosevelt was won by Franklin. Their time, again, 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 38 seconds. That's the average of 24:33. And in the contest between Lincoln and Roosevelt, that was won by Lincoln. And their total time was 1:51:26. That's an average of 22:17. So Lincoln clearly had the class time of the JVs, averaging 22:17. Here's the individual scoring for the top 7 runners for Lincoln. They finished first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Lincoln occupied this top 7 spots. That's how they came away with that victory. For Central Catholic versus Clackamas, the Central Catholic runners finished second, third, fourth, fifth, 7th, 8th, and 10th. The Clackamas runners finished 1st, 6th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. So, did you hear that, Ryan? In the JV, the girls, Lincoln runners took the top 7 spots. Just in their head-to-head competition in the PIL. Again, the winner, the JV winner for the girls was Stephanie Lair from Lincoln. Second was Parker Denton from Lincoln. And as I said, Lincoln occupied the top 7 spots. So we're underway right now in the boys. And we just got underway. The runners are headed off. You can see they're headed off to the south end of the park. This is Fernhill Park. We've had the girls JV won by Stephanie Lair. This is the boys JV, and then we'll finish it off with the girls varsity and boys varsity. Girls JV, boys JV, 5K runs. When we started out here, we had heavy rainfall. It's let up a little bit, although it's still raining. You can see some of the runners who right now are out on the course and are running the loop to the south. Mm-hmm. There's our leaders coming in the loop on the south end of Fernhill Park. Okay. What the runners have done is they've made a loop of the park. Started at the north end, went all the way down to the south end, and now have come around to the west. You can see them out there, some of the leaders. Our cameraman, Deshaun, is actually set up between first base and second base, just off the infield on the softball field. Nope. What's Deshaun's last name? Montgomery, Deshaun Montgomery. Alva Myers is on our camera on the south end of the field.
What's that? Yeah.
All right, the runners you can see there, they've come back onto the southwest portion of, northwest portion of the field. All right, you're looking at the runners on the outside here. This is the boys JV event. We just finished the girls JV event. That was won by Stephanie Lair of Lincoln.
Go, Avery! Nice job, Holden!
All right, that's runners. You can see out there, they're coming from the south. Those are the leaders. And they're running on the outside of the track. They're headed back down to make that loop to the north. Some of the runners now just turning out onto the loop at the north. These are our leaders that you see coming down. They're actually coming down from the south to the north, down 37th Avenue. Actually, they're not out on the road, but they're running right there on the sidewalk by the road. This is the boys JV. There were quite a few runners at the start, all told, among the two JV races, boys and girls, the two varsity boys and girls, the novice race, which was a mixed race. 362 runners here in this 17 meet. Well, since there's no cameras on us here in the press tent, I may be tempted to put my hood up. Okay, you can see some more of the runners there. Those are runners that are coming down from the south end, headed north. Isn't that fascinating over there at the timing tent? All that equipment they've got. Get stuff down to hundredths of a second. Yeah. Yeah. The timing people gave us a list of all the bib numbers to start, and then as the runners come in, it records their bib number, and they just run it off the computer and they got it. I mean, the times right here are down to hundredths of a second. Yes. Yes. I think you're right. I think we're looking at our leader there. If you look at the pace, he looks like he's moving pretty good. Okay, we'll try to remember that because if he gets out on the track with that much of a lead. Okay, let's see if we can get who that is that we're looking at right there. 5:34, let's see. 5:34. It is a Lincoln runner, and his name is Guido Rar. Okay. Those runners, Ryan mentioned to me earlier that you could kind of tell the leaders by the pace they're running, and those guys were running pretty quick pace. So I think that was our leader that we were looking at, and it was bib number 534, Guido Rar from Lincoln. So far, from what we've seen, it looks like Lincoln has a very effective cross-country team. Yeah, we believe that's our leader. Okay, yes. And he is, you can see he's out on the track. And he is the leader. We have that right. There's the bicyclist showing the way for him. Okay, that's our leader coming down towards the finish line. And there he goes. He's going to be down, and he crossed the finish line. That's our leader, Guido Rar of Lincoln. You can see the lead he has because our second place finisher has not come into view yet. Although we have a couple of runners who are fighting down here. You can see a nice sprint there. Our second place finisher. The second, third place finishers. Okay, here come a couple more runners. These are top 10 finishers. So we're pretty sure the winner of this race is number 534, Guido Rar of Lincoln. Runners out on the track coming into finish, you can see. And you can see there the little lane they come down to finish. This is the finish of the boys JV race. Girls varsity race coming up next. A couple of nice finishes there by guys sprinting to the end. We're at Fern Hill Park. This is the boys JV race. We're on the track finishing. We still have a couple of runners who just came onto the track. There's a race right there to the finish. Remember, not only is this an individual event, this is a team event, and it's important where you finish. Every place is important. We still have runners entering the track to the south. This is a dual meet between Central Catholic and Clackamas. It's a three-way meet between Franklin, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. We gave you the scores from the girls' JV. That was won by Lincoln.
Just joining you back here.
Cool.
Okay.
It's drier.
What's that?
It's drier.
Yeah.
They're using this mic though.
You're what?
They are using this microphone.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. We're just part of the crowd.
Don't say it.
All right, we're waiting for the final couple of runners here.
Otherwise, people in Japan will get to hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
The boys JV race. Camera will pan up just a little bit. You can see some of the runners still on the track. A couple of runners sprinting, trying to improve by a spot or two. Okay, I haven't seen any late runners. I think we're coming up on our final couple of runners here. I think Ryan went to the scoring tent, but he'll be back in just a second anyway with those results. Okay, it looks to me like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more runners out on the course. These will be the last finishers. Next up, girls varsity action. Okay, our director Jim Thompson leaving us. I'm looking back now to see if there's any more runners, and it doesn't appear that there are. Maybe we have a couple coming here. We won't have any official results until the last runner finishes. Okay, I'm looking out on the track, and I don't see anybody else running, and I think that's the official conclusion of the boys. Now we have one more runner. Here he is. One more runner. I'm scanning the track. We actually may have a couple more runners still to come, so. We're down at the north end of the track. The runners come in from the south end, so it's a little hard to pick them up because there are, actually, what's going on right now is it looks like there's football practice out on the field down at the south end. So yeah, we do have a couple more runners. Now I can see them. Our cameraman Alva down at the south end of the field is picking those people up as they come onto the track. All right, here's 2 more finishers sprinting to the end. Nice finish. Now it's kind of hard to pick up some of the runners if there are any because there are football teams out practicing on the field. These have to be, I'm not quite sure who these kids are. Maybe 8th grade team somewhere. I don't think this is a high school. Okay, I don't see any more runners. All right, I believe that is the conclusion of the boys JV race. Pretty soon we'll have a call for the girls for the varsity. Thanks for joining us for this cross-country meet. We're at Fernhill Park. I'm Dave Hall for Oregon Sports Beat. We're joined by Ryan Johnson, our producer, Jim Thompson, our director, our cameraman, Deshaun Montgomery, Alva Myers. With the conclusion of the boys' race, I again remind you,
2 more to go.
There are 7 teams here today, but this is a dual meet between Central Catholic and Clackamas. It's a 3-way meet between Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Franklin. Catlin Gable is here, Portland Christian is also here. They're not part of the scoring for either one of those meets. believe it has stopped raining. And there are, I think, 2 football teams out on the practice field. All right, you're looking there at a shot out onto the track. Currently, there's no activity. We'll have the call for the girls' varsity. In fact, you can see a lot of the girls are lined up at the start line right now. So we're anticipating that they'll get the start of the girls' event going here pretty soon.
Go Shay!
If you hear all that cheering in the background, that's actually Clackamas runners.
Good, how you doing?
Good that you're out of the rain.
Most of the girls' teams are over at the start line now. You can see there in our picture, there's all of the girls lined up at the start line. We had a longer break in between the 2 JVs, but here we are. Girls are all lined up and set for a start. This is the varsity race. Clackamas there on the right portion in the black. All right, there we go. You heard the gun. We're off with the girls' varsity event here. And the girls headed out on the course. The girls in the gold there you see on the right, that's Central Catholic. In the maroon, that's Franklin. Clackamas off to the left in the black jerseys. And out onto the course goes the girls' varsity. There you can see Those girls coming by now, that would be our early leaders, but we're just underway. All right, the girls headed off to the south. There you can see a lot of them bunched up in the beginning. Boys, we're still waiting on results from the boys JV.
I thought I was like going good.
You can see some of the teams now are at the beginning of this race are actually running together as teams. They're bunched up together as a team out on the track. I see the Central Catholic girls running together. Okay. Yeah.
Mouse button here.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to switch these two pictures, this is the program. Just hit the mouse button and take.
Whoop. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's look at the. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ryan's going to go get the boys JV results for us. While he does, we're looking at some of the runners. They are headed south out along 37. The runners will run south, then they're going to cut back and head to the northwest. They'll make a loop around. Then they'll come back down and then they'll head and they make a loop north. Some of the surroundings you can see. And there's some of the runners going by. Want to remind you, you can join Oregon Sports Beat on Friday nights as we bring you high school football every Friday night. We carry the Central Catholic game. We also carry the Lincoln Cardinal game and the Wilson Trojan game. You can all catch those on OregonSportsBeat.com. I'll get you those games, which games we're carrying. We're carrying all three of those teams. I'll be doing the Wilson game Friday night. I was just mentioning about the football games we're doing Friday night. Wilson will be at home. We'll be doing that game, and I believe they're entertaining Franklin. Lincoln will be hosting Cleveland. Lincoln kind of making a move to get back into the top 10 in the state polls. And then the Central Catholic game is Centennial. Central Catholic ranked number, I believe, 7 this week in the polls. Centennial ranked 11th. So that should be a good game as the Centennial Eagles entertain the Central Catholic Rams. There you can see the runners as they swing back to the west. Ah, there we go. That's our actual schedule we've got posted. Yeah. So football Friday night. Here's our schedule. Cleveland is at
Looks like you
Lincoln.
found some warm stuff.
Franklin is at Wilson, and Central Catholic at Centennial. Those 3 games, those are all 7:30 start time. So join us on Oregon Sports Beat for those games. The week after that, if you're going to catch us for those football games, the games will all be on Thursday night. Friday's an in-service day, and so we'll have games on Thursday night. Roosevelt will be at Lincoln. Jefferson will be at Wilson, and Central Catholic will be at Oregon City. That should be a really good game too. Both those teams ranked in the top 10.
Oh, yeah. We can just go around. Yeah, there we go.
We've already had 4 events. We had a novice race. It was a mixed race. It was 3K. Then we had a 5K girls JV, a 5K boys JV. We're now at the girls varsity race. All right, that's our leader, if you can see. Let me see if I can get that for you. That's 442. That's our leader. And that's 442, Kyla Becker. She'd be the leader, and she is from Lincoln. Yeah, we better check that, because that she looked like Clackamas. But number 442 is listed as Kyla Becker of Lincoln. Lincoln has the red uniform, so that can't be right. So, but number 442 is our leader. They should be. Let's see. Okay, they're down in the valley down here. Okay, let me make sure that I'm reading this right. More of the runners come by. After they finish, they're running down a little valley here. After they finish, they head out and head north to make a loop to the north. Some more of the runners. All right, we're going to have the boys JV results for you in just a second. All right, we got the results. Okay. That might be, there might be multiple pages there. Okay. We're going to confirm to you the race was won by Guido Ruhr, number 534 from Lincoln. His time was 17:49:42. He won that race by almost a full minute. Okay, so here's our top 10 boys JV. Number 1 was Guido Ruhr of Lincoln in 17:49. 2 was Caleb Byrne of Franklin, 18:14:01. Third was Holden Fox of Franklin, 18:14:34. Fourth was Will Kane of Lincoln, 18:19. Fifth was Brian Kirkland of Lincoln, 18:29. Sixth was Ryan Patridge of Lincoln, 18:31. Seventh, Max Erlandson of Franklin, 18:37. Eighth, Matthew Kirkland of Lincoln, 18:42. Ninth, Omar Morales of Clackamas, 18:53. And 10th, Kyle Cribbs of Clackamas, 19 minutes flat. Here's some of the head-to-head competition then on how they finished on those. In the boys' 5K run, this is the junior varsity in Central Catholic versus Clackamas. This is the Mount Hood contest between two of those. It was won by Central Catholic. Their total time was 1:36:15, 1 hour, 36 minutes, 15 seconds. That's an average of 19:15 per runner. Clackamas second in 1 hour, 36 minutes, 25 seconds. That's an average time of 19:17 per runner. The difference in those two teams' average per runner was 2 seconds. So very close competition there. As far as the PIL was concerned, in the Franklin-Lincoln matchup, that was won by Lincoln in 1 hour, 31 minutes and 51 seconds, an average of 18:22. Franklin second in 1 hour, 35 minutes and 17 seconds. That's an average of 19:03. In the match between Franklin and Roosevelt, that was won by Franklin. Their time, 1 hour, 35 minutes and 17 seconds. Roosevelt's time, 1 hour, 52 minutes, 24 seconds. 19:03 the average for Franklin, 22:28 the average for Roosevelt. And finally, between Lincoln and Roosevelt, that was won by Lincoln, 1 hour, 31 minutes and 15 seconds. Roosevelt, 1 hour, 52 minutes, 24 seconds. The average is 18:22 by Lincoln, 22:28. So in those three-way matchups, Lincoln goes 2-0, Franklin goes 1-1, and Roosevelt goes 0-2. And as I said, Central Catholic beat Clackamas in the Mount Hood Conference. So that's it for the JV boys. Again, the winner was Guido Ruhr of Lincoln in 17:49:42. So I hope that updates you on that. So JV winners, boys and girls, Lincoln. Girls individually, Stephanie Lair. Boys, Guido Ruhr. Did we give them away?
Good, good. Logan.
All right, you can see with some runners. Those runners are coming from the south end of the field to the north. And I think that's the leader. Let's see if we get a number for her. Still, she's all the way across the field, so it's kind of hard to pick up a number. Okay. Let's see if we can get a number as she comes by.
Yeah, and it's
That's, again, number 442. And the number I have for 442 is Kyla Becker of Lincoln. Excuse me. Your uniforms are black? Gray, okay. We have a leader and it says it's number 442, Kyla Becker. So your varsity is black? All right. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, that we've confirmed that. That is right. The varsity Lincoln girls, their uniforms are black. The JV we were looking at is red. That is our leader, and that is Kyla Becker. A couple of the Lincoln JV girls were over here. They wanted to see the results from the JV, and we were showing it to them, and that's what I was doing, was asking them if that was true. So our leader is, in fact, 442 from Lincoln, Kyla Becker. All right, this is our leader coming down the stretch. There's our bicyclist out in front. There's our leader, Kyla Becker, 442 from Lincoln. We're about to finish the girls' JV race, and she'll be the winner. Okay, see if we can get the number on the second place finisher there. Well, I didn't get it. But... So those two girls have a substantial lead. Nobody else is close to coming down the home stretch. We've got other girls on the track now, but those two were way out in front. And Becker had the lead the entire time we were watching and could spot her. All right, here comes a number of the runners. They're bunched up here. This will be for third place. There's a sprint. There's a Central Catholic runner and a Clackamas runner. They're headed down the stretch into the finish. The third place finish will go to Central Catholic. First time we saw a nice sprint for a place position. A couple more runners finish. Great finish to the girls' varsity race.
Sorry.
I think the second place runner was from Catlin Gable. Does that sound right, Ryan? She had on a blue top. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, here comes a couple more runners. There's another Central Catholic runner and another, so a couple of good place finishes there.
Haley, awesome job.
So here in the varsity race, we're seeing a number of Central Catholic girls up in the top 10. There's a Central Catholic finisher.
Open up your iris a little bit and stay busy. Try to get all this stuff. Zoom out at that.
Yeah. Well, I missed one, but well.
All right, runners still out on the track to finish. This is the girls' JV race. What'd you say? Yeah. more finishers coming down the home stretch. We still have runners entering the track at the south end. So again, though, the winner in this race is Kyla Becker from Lincoln. If that cheering in the background sounds like a dog, it is. All right, I'm looking back to see if we still have any runners out on the track. We do. We have a couple. I haven't seen anybody enter the track, so we're nearing the completion of the girls' varsity race. So far, our winners, JV, the boys' winner, was Guido Rar. The girls' winner was Stephanie Lair. In varsity here, this is the girls' race, and our winner was Kayla Becker. And of course, all of those from Lincoln. Okay, there's a couple of football practices going on in front of us, but I'm looking out there and I don't see anybody else on the track. Do you see anybody, Ryan? No? That might be the end. That might be the completion of the girls' varsity race. Some of the boys' teams have already started to assemble over by the start line for the final race. I believe the Franklin boys are over there right now. But I think that's it. I think that's all the runners in the girls' varsity race. Okay, we're going to declare that the end. That's the end of the girls' varsity race, won by Lincoln's Kayla Becker. Boys are all headed over to the start line. So I think we're not far from the start of the boys' varsity race. It'll take a little while for them to get the results from the girls' varsity, but we'll get you those in just a few minutes.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Lincoln runners headed over there. Roosevelt runners headed over there. I don't know if you could hear that or not. Varsity boys start time in 4 minutes, so they're going to get this race going as quickly as they can. You can see the boys starting to assemble there.
This is Portland Sports
There's one more race, isn't there? Isn't there one more race?
We're streaming live, so you can watch it on the computer.
I want to thank our camera crew. Deshaun Montgomery's over at the starting line getting those great pictures of the runners getting started, and Alva Myers at the finish line getting those shots of the great finishes.
Okay. All right.
Kayla Becker of Wilson winning the girls varsity race, and I'm not sure, Ryan, but it looked to me like that might have been a wire-to-wire win, because we had her right in the first couple of shots at the lead and had her all the way through the race and at the end. So all right, some of the other runners headed over there. This has been an interesting event. We're glad here at Oregon Sports Week we've been able to bring it to you, and we got some great shots of the runners out on the course. All right, the runners are all on the line. There's the sign for set. And there's the gun. Runners are off on the course. This is our final event, so we'll get you done. We may not be able to get you the boys' results at the end of the race, but we'll see what we can do. All right, there's the runners out on the course. Runners are all coming back in front of us. And they'll head out and they'll turn south. You can see all the fans lined up over there as the runners first come by. And right now the field pretty bunched up.
I didn't either. It was such a frustrating.
All right, let's see if we can get you a number of one of the leaders up here. You can see on our screen then. Okay, let's see if we can get a little better picture, but it looked like the leader at that time was 428. Okay, let's see who we got for number 428. Okay, 428 looks like our leader, and that is Henry Mong of Franklin. So early leader in the race, boys varsity, number 428, Henry Mong. Runners come around to the back of us. It's our cameraman, Deshaun, getting those great shots of the runners back there. This is Oregon Sports Beat. We're at Fernhill Park. We started off with a mixed novice race. Then we had a girls JV race. That was won by Stephanie Lair of Lincoln. And we had a boys JV race. That was won by Guido Rar of Lincoln. We've completed the girls varsity race. That was won by Kayla Becker of Lincoln. Now the boys are out on the course. Yep. Kayla Becker, the winner. Okay, let's see if we can get a number out there. That's the leaders. Not the leaders? They were running down here. I thought that was the leader. The leaders where? Yeah, that's where they are, down there. Okay. Our camera people doing a great job of tracking the leaders. You're looking at boys varsity runners. All right, here come our runners onto the track. This will be the sprint for the finish. All right, here come some of our runners. As they get down here towards the turn, we'll see if we can pick up a number on our leader. All right, here they come on the final turn. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself there. Those were some of the football players running down here at the end. But there's our track runners on the outside.
It's like those people who tell us we're like, there's people running and you're going to run people over and you're going to go to jail and you're going to blame us. Oh, no, also, you could use it to hold my glasses. There's no, I was tripped over there. I literally can't see past here.
They need to make a document contract.
There you can see some of our runners. They're running on the outside of the track. We haven't gotten onto the track for the final lap around the track yet, but our runners are on the outside.
Yeah. Tell me when you can stop seeing. Okay. Tell me. Can't do it. All right. I think actually this is taking me just.
Sound like a broken.
Okay, you're looking at our leader right there. If we can get a number when he makes a turn here.
Just green and brown. It's like a low poly video.
I can't tell for sure. Is that a Franklin runner? Okay, let's see if we can get a number on him. That's our same guy, our leader, and that is, I mentioned, 428 is Henry Mong of Franklin. He's our leader. So he's been the leader for a while, and he is from Franklin, Henry Mong, 428. Yep, you can hear some of the fans in the background yelling, "Go Henry." Lots of people are now moving up to get a position on the track. We're nearing the completion of the boys' varsity race. The leader was number 428, Henry Mong. Is this him coming, Ryan? Around the corner? Yes. There's the bicycle leading the runner. And here's our leader. This is our leader, 428, Henry Mong of Franklin. He's going to win. There's your boys' varsity winner, Henry Mong. Second coming up. Well, we're not able to get that number there. Second and third both look like Lincoln runners. Second, third, and fourth all look like Lincoln runners. Here comes the race. This is for fourth and fifth. All right, there's the runners finishing. The boys sprinting to the finish. This race was won by Henry Mong of Franklin. So you can hear the fans, they're all lined up around the track. Lincoln had won all 3 races up to here. The boys and girls JV, the girls varsity, but Franklin breaks through and takes the boys varsity. Henry Mong the winner.
Yes, Solomon. Good job, Solomon.
And here come the boys finishers. I think the last few finishers are coming in on the boys' race. All right, I'm looking out on the track. Do you see any other racers out on the track, Ryan? Nope. I think that's it. I think that's the end of the boys varsity race. A race won by Henry Mong of Franklin. Let me recap for you the events. We had a mixed novice race to begin with. Then we started the actual competition. The girls JV race, that was won by Stephanie Lair of Lincoln. The boys JV race was won by Guido Rar of Lincoln. The girls varsity race was won by Caleb Becker of Lincoln. And the boys varsity race was won by Henry Mong of Franklin. All right. Are we going to stick around here for a while for results, Ryan? Are we going to? Oh, we got one more finisher. It's not official. We got another finisher out on the course. And we won't be official until he crosses the line. Actually, I think we might have another racer behind him too. So we got a couple. I think these are racers from Portland Christian, I think. Okay, I'm looking back now. I mentioned there's some football players out on the field, but now I don't see any more. Well, yes, I do. We have another finisher still left. Are we going to stick around for results? We just okay. We won't be able to bring you the boys' results because there'll probably be another 10 or 15 minutes until. Oh, that's right. If you go to athletic.net, look later tonight, those results will all be up. All the finishers in each one of the categories. You'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to confirm the times. We were able to give you the top 10 finishers in each one of the previous races and the times, and it appears that the big winners here tonight are Lincoln in the PIL races, and I believe Central Catholic has won in the head-to-head matchup with Clackamas. So I think those are the big winners. So we've been here at Fern Hill Park today. This has been a cross-country meet. 7 teams were here. The 2 Mount Hood Conference teams, Central Catholic and Clackamas, the 3 PIL teams, Lincoln, Franklin, and Roosevelt, the 2 additional teams that came here, Catlin Gable and Portland Christian. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank all of our crew that was here. Our director, Jim Thompson, was here earlier. Our producer, Ryan Johnson, who set this all up and has been working on all this. Our 2 camera people who brought you great shots, Deshaun Montgomery and Alva Myers. So on behalf of Oregon Sports Beat, I'm Dave Hall from Fern Hill Park, where we've just completed the, well, we'll call it kind of a dual conference cross-country event. Good night, everybody.